Question everything, trust nothing. It's your boys, Keeper and Crusader. Welcome to Crypto Wars. Crusader, what is popping, brother?
What's going on, man? How's it going?
Living the dream, just trying to get ready for this new year, dude. We got a lot of changes that we're making, things going on in the background. I'm excited about the changes that we're making. And I think that the viewers who have been watching us for a while are going to love what we are doing, not just with Flipper Hodl, which you guys have seen, not just with Trading Wars, but with a lot of the videos and the structure of the show that we're going to be doing, the structure of the show for the lives, and then the actual videos that we're going to be making. So if you guys are looking for some different content that you might not be seeing elsewhere, we're going to try to bring it to you. So I'm excited about it. We've been having some meetings, and yeah, dude, I'm excited. What do we got on the agenda today? Actually, let me tell you what we have on the
Bitcoin's been pumping off the agenda right
now.
now.
We talked about that, right? So Bitcoin's going to go to 49.6-ish, right? Like we talked about earlier, and then it's going to pummel down to 30K, bro.
You wish, my friend.
Woo! I'm gonna be gaining some.
You're gonna be known as Keeper made the most foolish bet in crypto.
The most foolish bet in crypto. For those of you who don't know, I do have a 1 Ethereum bet with Believes. He texted me last night and said, what did he say? He said, hey, what did he call me? I think he might have said, hey, Cracker, get the hey, I think he said, hey, Cracker, get my ETH ready or something like that. I don't know. It was funny.
That's not what you told me on the phone.
What do you mean?
Cracker.
What did he say?
I forgot. I don't remember what it was, but it wasn't Cracker.
It wasn't Cracker. It was something just like that. It was what was it? I'd have to look back at my text messages, but I'm on TikTok live right now, so I'm not gonna start scrolling through and kick the people off of there. It was something just like that. So I forget what it was, but
to that effect.
It was something to that effect. Yeah. So smash the likes if you haven't already, crypto fam. Again, new year, new time. 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Monday through Friday. It's gonna be an adjustment. I know yesterday on New Year's, we had it was a little bit slow, and we were giving away money. And we ended up playing Flipper Hodl and gave it away to the community. Somebody won $150 yesterday. Crypto Steve-O, shout out to you. He won $150, so that's cool. It could have been damn near 4,000, which is going to be Friday this week. Flipper Hodl, baby. Get ready. If you guys are not on the wheel, make sure to put yourself on the wheel. Every dollar of a super chat that you put in, your name will be on once. And if you are a member of the stream here on YouTube, guess what? You're going to double that up. Whatever y'all do, better keep quiet. Don't want anyone to steal it. Yeah. I know exactly what that's
the theme for 2024.
You got to keep it all to yourself. Don't tell the people. Right. The alpha.
Ain't nobody friends out here, bro. Ain't nobody friends out here. Don't believe that shit. Don't believe that crap.
The politician in me wants to believe everybody can work together, bro.
Okay, Obama, you go out there and kiss all the babies, but they ain't getting the vote. You ain't gonna get the votes.
All right, so crypto fam, just kind of a heads up, we are going to be talking about some price forecasting. We're going to be talking about some things to avoid in the crypto space, some short positions and liquidations, and maybe as to why we are where we are. And then we've got some contrarian predictions, talking about some things that most people think are going to go one way and in reality maybe are going another. So glad to be here. Let's check out the markets. Let's start there. I want to pull up the crypto market caps, and drum roll, please. That was the one thing I did not have pulled up. Yeah, I got Credit Combat pulled up. I was checking to make sure that I gave the right amount of money to the individual that won yesterday. Let me update this real quick. We've got the global crypto market cap at, drum roll, please, 1.73 trillion with a T dollars. That's up 3.25%. Bitcoin's at 45,039 right now. That's up 4.89%, up almost 7% on the week. Glad to see that. ETH creeping on 2,400, up almost 2%, 7% on the week. BNB sitting pretty flat, but up over 5% on the week at $310. Solana's been doing Solana things for a while, but it has chilled out. It's at $108. XRP,
$100, dude.
What's that?
It's been holding that $100. I wonder if it's gonna ever break below 100 again.
Yeah, I don't know. We will find out. I think that's going to be Bitcoin dependent. We know that. XRP at 62 cents, doing what XRP's done. It's at
Nothing.
still. Yeah, it is. It is. Cardano at 61 cents. Avalanche at $41. That's up 2.5%. And then Dogecoin round out the top 10. Let's take a look down at the two that we like to talk about here. Filecoin's been ripping. I've seen a lot of chatter about Filecoin. That's up about 34%. We're going to actually talk about Filecoin a little bit later today. We did a poll as well asking whether you wanted to see Injective or some of the other Caspa. And I think you guys voted on Caspa. Look at your Caspa Kings, bro.
Go, baby.
You passed me.
Comeback.
You passed me. Look at that comeback. You're up 4% at 11.7 cents. My VeChain Vigilantes are at about 3.5 cents. Pretty flat right now. You're up 14.
What's the greed and fear index at right now?
The fear and greed index is at 73 on greed. Let's talk about that real quick.
Yeah.
How much what's the word I'm looking for? How much importance do you place on the fear and greed index?
It's not like a make or break decision, but it's something to look at just to get a little bit of a judgment on sentiment, right? We can obviously, markets can stay very irrational in the peaks of the bull market. You'll be at like 80 to 90% on the greed spectrum. You're like, any minute now you're gonna see a pullback, and then you just see another blast off, right? So in those type of situations, you can't rely on it too much, but it does give you some top signals, right? It gives you some bottom signals too. Like bear market, just everything was just fearful. It was fearful the whole year through, and a lot of people weren't buying because they were so fearful. But those were the bottom signals. So I do like to take a look at it. I think 73 for the beginning of this bull market is nothing. There's nothing, baby. I ain't gonna be concerned until it's
we're gonna go past 100. Is that what you're saying? We're just gonna just
baby.
Woo, see ya
when that ETF gets approved.
This is gonna be full greed on overdrive. Hey, I want to shout out Crypto Wanderer real quick. Yep. Crypto Wanderer $5 super chat says, "Put me on the wheel." Is Crypto Wanderer a member?
Crypto Wanderer, I believe, is yes, they are.
Crypto Wanderer's a member because I put Crypto Wanderer on there for 10 slots on that wheel. So Crypto Wanderer, we got you, brother. Thank you very much, brother or sister. Either way, we appreciate you for your support. And a reminder, guys, if you are a member, it doubles up your super chats for the wheel. Friday, $4,000 is on the line, guys. I don't know how more people are not in here right now with us getting ready to give $4,000 potentially away. It's a tough game to win.
Hey, bro.
But the last 2 weeks, so we gave away just $150 randomly yesterday, just for fun, right? And then right before that, $700. The week before that, $872. I mean, bro, we're just giving money away.
Obviously, giving money away doesn't get people in here, so I think we should just start buying subs. I mean, just use the money to buy subs. Just instead of giving people thousands of dollars, let's just use that money to buy subs, bro. Then maybe people will show up.
Just use it and start purchasing them. Yeah, for sure, for sure. Hey, Mystery Men says, "Can you please review Gary token, please, sir?" We will have to take a look at that. I have no idea what that token is. That could be like a soft chill. Not really sure, but
probably.
But it also could be maybe something that'll be popping off. Who knows? They love the meme. That I'm going to guess that's a meme token, and who knows? There's been cock in you. What was the one you told me yesterday was ripping?
Balls on you.
Oh my god! Hold on. What's the ticker for that?
It's spelled out balls with BAWLS.
Like BAWLS.
Yes.
Yeah, and then on you instead of in you.
Yeah, instead of INU, ONU.
Balls on you,
dude. Geniuses, bro. Marketing geniuses.
And was it ripping?
It did rip. It did rip. Yeah. Now there's a different one. There's a different crypto out there, another meme token that actually surpassed cocking you in volume.
And it is what?
Yeah, the name is there's a bunch of meme coins that are called Dog Whiff Hat, right? Whiff with an F. Whiff Hat.
Okay.
This one is Dog Whiff Crocs. And it's a croc on his head.
It's so stupid, man. And people are making crazy money on this dumb stuff too.
89,000% increase in the last 24 hours.
89,000%?
Yeah, it went all the way to like 2 million market cap or something like that. Just ripped out of nowhere.
Lord. That's wild. Let me jump into the chat real quick and say hello. Crypto Wanderer looks like from my end anyway, was first in the stream. Good to see you. Patriot Caveman say, yo, fellas, let's start the new year with gains. Let's get it, baby. Jungle East in the house. Red Elephant. That's not a name that I have seen. So that might be somebody.
I've seen that name before.
Have you seen that name before?
Not every day.
Jungle East is a new one to me, I believe, as well.
Yep, that is new.
Kayla, good to see you.
Welcome.
Mystery Man in the house, Alaskan BTC, and Puddles. Oh, Puddles. Puddles says, hey-o.
Kayla claims that she's been watching you since the days of you posting shirtless videos on TikTok.
Oh, where is that? I didn't see that.
That was on yesterday's stream. I saw it. I didn't bring it up because I got distracted.
Well, maybe we gained a sub from my shirtless videos on TikTok. Like, thank you, Kayla. I love you. Okay, I appreciate you. I'm sorry that I have a shirt on today, Kayla, if that is why you're following. You know what I mean? That's funny. No, I missed that. I usually pay attention to the chat too. I probably would have shouted that out because I told you it was great, genius marketing, bro.
Oh,
genius! Yeah. It was absolutely genius. All right, crypto fam, let's get into it. Let's talk about crypto. Let's start. Actually, Crusader, do you have any TA that you want to pop off today?
Yeah, I do. I do.
Cool.
Share my screen here real
quick. That
go. Vámonos.
Let's do it.
So here it is. It's real simple. This is the range for today, right?
Okay.
This is the daily range. We busted out of that. Just skyrocketed straight out. We've been nothing but mooning on top of here. Obviously, we got rejected at 45.8, 45.9 came down. Tried to make another retest for that 45.8. Got rejected again, and we've been in this developing range as we go on today. Ooh, what's my phone? My mouse is lagging. We lost the VWAP earlier today, which is no bueno. Or this green line represents the VWAP. We lost that. We have not been able to sustain above the VWAP. We made a move for it earlier today, and then we came right back down, and we're just in the bottom of this range. Meanwhile, we don't lose this 44.9.
Oh, we're gonna lose it.
Oh yeah, you keep hoping for that, but it ain't gonna happen, bro. Yeah, I got my long in at. I jumped into the long at what was I in? I was in at 42 something. I can't even find that on the chart right now. Yeah, I jumped in on Saturday around 42. I knew that this next week for January was just going to be massive for Bitcoin.
Please tell me you bailed on that.
On my trade?
Yeah.
No, I'm up like 40%.
No, I get it, but you haven't taken any profits?
No, I just been slowly raising my stop loss. So
okay,
minimum, I'm gonna walk away with like $300 of profit.
It's almost like you're learning something from your boy, your business partner. You know what I mean? It's almost like you're learning something. This is impressive. Guys, please somebody clip that, because I've been telling this man to do that for I don't know how long. And then without even me coaxing him to do it, he started doing it.
I do it on trades where I've been in this trade for multiple days. But on the trades that you want me to do it in, it's just literally like less than an hour, less than 2 hours. And you're like, put the stop loss all the way up there. And it's like, dude, I'm gonna get wicked out of it.
In profit. That's right. That's absolutely right. Creed and Bentley wants me to keep the shirt on. So just for you, Creed and Bentley, today I will keep the shirt on. So
if you make a video on YouTube without a shirt on and it doesn't get at least 3,000 subs, you can't make any more videos.
3,000 subs.
That's the
this
standard.
Isn't OnlyFans.
That's what I've been hearing. The standard is you make one video, you get 3,000 subs. So that's the standard I'm going to hold you to. So yeah, long story short, if we hold above this 44.9, we're good. If we break above this 45.6 and we can sustain momentum, the next big target is going to be 46,300. That's the next big level I'm looking at. That's going to put us into a range from back in I believe it's in the Q1 of 2022.
That's been a while.
The top area, the value area high of that range is literally $50,100. And one more thing I just want to point out is we're already at 45,000. I mean, 45,000 right now with no ETF approval, just straight rumor, right? Just in the next 7 days or 8 days, whatever is left over before the 10th. If we get that approval, we're gonna skyrocket past that 50,000 like it's butter,
bro. But here's my problem with it. I'm down. I want to see it pump. Screw the ETH that I'm gonna lose. Put all of that aside. Okay. I genuinely believe that this news has been out long enough, and we've had a big enough pump over that amount of time that this is priced. I think a lot of it is priced. No. I listen. Hear me. Hold on. I think a lot of it is priced in. I think that we will eclipse the 50K, and I think I'm going to lose my Ethereum. I'm just having fun with talking about not hitting 50. I do think that's what's going to happen. However, I think that we have a big dump in store after that. I really do. I don't think this is going to go up and to the right.
I think it depends how the ETF approvals are played out, right? Because the rumor is right now that there's one of the companies that is seeding their Bitcoin is going to BlackRock is going to start with like 10 million, I believe.
10 million what?
Dollars.
I was about to say, I know you ain't talking about 10 million Bitcoin.
10 million.
They're going to have 50% of the total.
10 million Bitcoin to buy right now. There's only like 2 million on exchanges.
Yeah.
So they're gonna seed their ETF with $10 million. But there's another company, I can't remember their name right now.
But that's like nothing.
Hold on. This other company, which is smaller than BlackRock.
Well, of course it is, because BlackRock's the big
going in with $200 million to seed their ETF.
Hold on, they're going to be buying $200 million of Bitcoin, or they already did.
No, they're going to. I am not going to assume that any of these, until they don't do their whole, because it's regulated now, so it's like they can't be. I don't think they can be buying it just yet. They have to get the approval first, then get it seeded to then be able to put it.
No, I don't think so.
ETF.
I don't think so. I think they can hold it as a private entity, as on their balance sheet.
But they're not private entities; they're public companies.
Well, no. I'm just saying. Okay, scratch that. Sorry, I definitely said that incorrectly. I guess what I'm saying is I think that they can hold that asset, and then convert over to the ETF shares. I don't know that. We should look that up. You know, bullish traders in the chat.
On that, because
bullish traders in the chat. Hey yo, bullish trader. You are the man when it comes to the stocks. Tell me, do you think they can do that? If you're still in here, bro, do you think that they are able to hold it and then make the conversion, or effectively, they bought it forever ago and then they boom, the ETF comes into play and they can do whatever the in-kind or whatever the conversion is? I'll bet they can.
They might, but I think they adds more complications that way, because Grayscale's trying to do that, right? They're trying to convert their GBTC, into the ETF thing, and then they've been dealing with a bunch of headaches up for it. So I think it adds extra hurdles if you already have something and then you try to convert it into this thing versus just creating the ETF from a blank slate and you hold nothing and then you do all the regulated buys, because you need to have authorized participants that are going to be the onboarding, and they're going to be sending you the Bitcoin and you're going to be buying it from them. There's this whole third party.
Oh, there's a lot going on there
that we're not going to see this in the background.
Yeah,
that all needs to be authorized and on the applications.
Yeah.
So I think for that reason they are not doing that. They're not buying it ahead of time.
Okay, I disagree.
But BlackRock obviously has invested heavily in the mining operations in the companies that are mining Bitcoin. So they have the window to be buying OTC.
So check this out. So no, I agree. Bullish Trader said Block has been holding BTC, and I'm guessing is he saying Block is in BlackRock? I don't know. I think he might have meant B-Rock. Has been holding BTC. They're just buying more, but you would have to sell your original Bitcoin and rebuy it in order to launch the ETF to regulation. So
you see, I knew it.
Well, Bullish knows his stocks.
Easy, bro.
So he said a new ETF requires a new purchase. So effectively what they could have been doing was loading up on Bitcoin. They're going to sell or are selling into and then rebuy for the purpose of the actual ETF. Okay. That'd be interesting. I still believe that we are going to see a big dump. Bullish, tell me in the chat, do you think we're going to see a big dump? David, long-time part of the family here, says it has to retrace or it's unsustainable, if for no other reason than shaking as many out as possible before the massive pump. They are doing this to make money.
For sure. And
so keep that in mind.
There's always retracements in bull markets, right? It's just when will the retracement happen? It's not a matter of if a retracement will happen. It's just when it will, right? And I just don't know when will. It all depends on how the ETF approval process goes on, because they're talking about doing it in waves. So if every couple of weeks or every couple of months we start getting another wave of approvals, more companies coming in to purchase Bitcoin and launch their ETFs, right? These retracements are going to be short-lived if we're getting different waves every couple of months. And as we're going into the halving, we're doing all these things. The bull market is on, like Donkey Kong. So a lot of people are very focused, right? We're still traumatized from the bear market about massive retracements, sell pressure, but the buy pressure is here.
Yeah. No, I see it. I see it for sure. I just think that we are going to, like David said, selling into a pump, then dump for a rebuy. This is what I have been talking about, as it were, as it relates to, I think that we are going to, and we're going to talk about this in an article in a minute, but I think that we are going to embrace the ETF, and it's happening, but I think we're going to regret it in some form or fashion. I really have been talking about for a while now how I think you invite the big dogs into play and they play big dog games. And I think that there's going to be a lot more opportunity for some of these companies to play games with the average person, with somebody like myself, with somebody, and I think it'll be more on the trading side of things. I don't think it's going to be long term, because long term that doesn't benefit them. They want you buying, they want you holding it on you know what I mean? They want you holding the ETF. They want you holding the shares for sure. So I don't think that it's going to be more of that. I think it's going to be more quick price fluctuations, that I think that there's a lot of manipulation coming as part of this. So just be prepared to strap in. That's what I believe. I could be wrong. I've been wrong before. I'll be wrong again. But I believe that we need to be strapped in and ready for the big time, big dog, big money games. So smash the like if you haven't already. Welcome to Crypto Wars. If this is your first time here, hey, listen, we're bringing the alpha. We've got a game called Flip or Hodl in which we're giving away money left, right, and sideways. So let your friends know. And then Trading Wars Season 3 next week, Monday, we are scheduled to start. And I'm going to tell you the word: survive. All right. Different format. You guys are going to freaking love it. It's going to be epic. So make sure that you guys are here 1 p.m. That is the time change for all of our shows, Monday through Friday. So I know it might be a little bit slow, people picking up on the, oh, shoot, they moved their time. Yeah, that's going to be what we're doing moving forward into this new year. All right. So check this out. Here are 5 contrarian predictions for 2024, including one on AI altcoins. This is from a crypto analyst, right? So there's a popular crypto analyst that's laying out a slew of contrarian predictions for the digital asset sector in 2024. The pseudonymous trader, known as Altcoin Psycho, tells his 490K plus followers on X that he thinks part of the Ethereum community will turn on the project's famous founder, Vitalik Buterin. However, the trader provides no reason why some members will go against him. He said, "I think we might see an anti-Vitalik faction form or gain traction. It pains me to write this, and I hope I'm wrong." So, Crusader, let me start with this one. Why? Why would this even be something? Now, I know it's just a random person that has a lot of followers on X. Okay, fine. But why would this what would be the reason to have an anti-Vitalik faction form?
Yeah, the only reason I can think of that happening is because he is very pro government, and he has stated
he's super liberal, isn't he?
Yeah, he has stated recently that he believes that the vision for Web3 has been lost, and he's just kind of, there's a lot of problems with Ethereum and the centralization of Ethereum when it moved over to proof of stake, and their connections to consensus and MetaMask and all these things are all in the background. Okay. They have a thing called like ETHgate. Basically, it's a whole conspiracy about how Ethereum is like fully centralized and controlled and manipulated by all these like big time whales and companies and yada yada and all the other craziness that they're doing. Which I can see people being turned off by that. I can see people being turned off by the gas fees, the scaling problems that they've been promising to fix for so long.
Yeah,
and they still haven't. We've been talking about this since the last bull run. We went into the bear market, now we're back in the bull market again, and we're still talking about gas fees, right? And the gas fees are only going to get more insane when the transactions on Ethereum take off.
Yeah.
So unless these new upgrades that they're coming out with, I forget what is called, EIP whatever, or ERC whatever, what the new upgrades coming is, that is supposed to be almost practically gasless and bring down the fees to almost like Polygon levels. Unless they can actually pull that off, people are going to definitely have some issues with Ethereum, especially the people that have been here long enough, right? The new people are still going to jump in. They're probably still going to buy ETH. Most people are going to start getting priced out. Most average people are going to get priced out of ETH. They're not going to drop $2,000, $3,000, $5,000 to own one full ETH.
Right.
So that's going to be a problem. There's always going to be NFT projects and other things built on it that people are going to make ETH money.
Okay.
But yeah, I think they're, new people are going to see cheaper options out there.
So I think that they're going to see that as well. However, my pushback would be a couple things. One, the people that have built and been around on ETH have such a low basically cost to play, right? It's a pay to play market, right? And they literally have stacked up so much ETH. Let's just even look at you and I and the ETH that we've stacked at our average entry price, dude. It's not, if you look at it versus the US dollar, it's not that crazy expensive for us to spend ETH. Okay. Now we know the actual value right now. And so I still look at it as that. But I think that the builders, the people that have built on Ethereum, the big dogs are going to continue to do that. And the other part of it is, I think that as we move farther and farther into this upcoming bull run, the average person is going to care what those gas fees look like. But I think we've talked about this before. I think a lot of big moves will be happening on Ethereum. Big building projects are happening on Ethereum, and large movements from people who have a low cost basis, as it were, in Ethereum. They're not going to be really that worried about the gas fees. It's going to be just the new people. So might we not gain a bunch of new adoption, like one of these freaking new assets that's 10 cents to buy, and the people that don't understand?
New people that are coming in trying to make money in crypto are not going to be down with paying $100 to $300 gas fees. They'll be like, no way. They're coming in with small amounts of money in the first place because they're just testing it out. So they're not going to be okay with that. Obviously, the people that have been around that hold thousands of ETH or whatever, hundreds of ETH, all this stuff that are building and have been doing stuff,
they're going to continue.
They're going to continue using Ethereum, and that's what I'm saying, right? Ethereum, we've talked about this before, where Ethereum is going to shift over, kind of like how Bitcoin is, where most people are priced out of ETH, and at the same time, it's just going to become more of a legacy, like elite blue chip project that only people that got in early are going to still be participating in, and things are going to be built on there that are more massive in scale in like deeds of your house, real estate, all this other stuff that just moves a lot slower in traditional finance, but has a lot of money backing it, is what's going to be sitting on Ethereum, and it will continue to reign.
Yeah, absolutely. I totally agree with that. I'm gonna hold on a second.
It's a good question right here. It says, does ETH have no limit on the printing press? No, it does not.
I was gonna pull that up, but it's deflationary.
It's deflationary right now with the last big upgrade that they made.
I got to take myself off stream for just a second.
They made an upgrade back a few months ago, where basically bear market, right at the beginning of the bear market, where basically they are burning ETH on all transactions. So every transaction that's being done, whether it's minting an NFT, buying an NFT, sending money, whatever you do, part of those fees are being burned away. And there's actually a tracker. If I can actually pull this up real quick, ETH burn. We'll bring this up here real quick. Share with you guys. Ultrasound. Here we are. Give me 2 seconds here. I'll be sharing my screen. And here we are. Come on. So here you can see how much ETH has been burned. We've burned 15,400 Ethereum in the last 7 days. Let me see. I'm going to try zooming in here to this. Here we go. So in the last 7 days, 15,400 ETH have been burned. 16,600 have been issued. So right now, as we stand in the last 7 days, ETH has not been deflationary, but that all depends, right? So in the last 30 days, we've burned 118,000 and I've only issued 70,000. So in the last 30 days, we have definitely been in a deflationary trend. The last 7 days have been a little inflationary. See what the next one is. Basically over a year, we've burned 1.2 million ETH and have issued 900,000. So even though there is no what you call it,
no limit,
low limit to printing, we have been burning more ETH than creating, except for the last 7 days. Obviously this was before the upgrade ever happened, so there was less burning than then issued at that point.
And as these projects continue to, or I should say as Ethereum, because that's specifically what we're talking about, continue to grow, that exponentially, grows with that. That's going to move with that. So I don't know at what point, maybe is there going to be a breaking point at which there's so much growth that we're really we're burning a ton and it starts making the price pump, or whether it's just going to be like a balance. And we haven't really seen that because it's kind of fluctuated, right? When the meme coins are all popping off on ETH, that thing is burning like freaking crazy. When they're not, it starts to slow down. And I'm wondering if we'll find like a balance there.
I think that's what it does, right? It balances out when the bear markets come and things slow down. More ETH starts to be created, even though there's still burning happening, right? The supply is growing a little bit better, and then it slows down. It kind of acts a little bit like the website is literally called ultrasound money, right? Because it plays on the fiat situation where basically you can inflate and then deflate the currency as you go.
Think about that. Think about if we could do that with the US dollar. What that could.
Well, you can. They just don't.
Well, yeah, but now we are going to get political, and we're not going to go there right now. But yes, I totally agree. We could do a lot of things different than we're doing them right now, but here we are. So at any event, okay, so we'll see whether we see a Vitalik movement or not. I don't really see that one.
I'm not too concerned about it. I don't think
I do agree with this one. The analyst thinks that if a spot Bitcoin exchange traded fund is approved, it will be celebrated by the crypto community. I started to say this earlier, but at first, it will eventually be resented. I'll let people guess as to why. And this one, Crusader, is the one that I do agree with. And I think that it's going to be the games that they're going to play with people, for one, because we're allowing them to come into the space in mass, right? And that'll be beautiful for the original price action. But I think it's going to mess with a lot of traders, bro. I really do. I think it's going to mess with how some of these people, not that they're not going to be able to be profitable, not that they're still not going to be good, not that they're still going to be able to find these patterns and do well. I just think that it's going to play around, and I think people are going to have to revisit some of the methods and strategies that they have, and maybe they'll get better. Maybe there will be things that they'll see and patterns that they'll say, oh, well, this is even easier. I don't know, but I think that it is going to change the landscape a little bit
of trading.
I think it will change it a little bit, yes. And then I also think that as we get into CBDCs, right, now we incorporate, we're totally moving on to the blockchain, and you've got these ETFs and the CBDCs, and guess what? Now, what if you have to use your CBDC at that point to purchase your Bitcoin, right? Well, to purchase the shares, right? Now you are, everything is 1,000,000% being tracked and controlled. What happens when they put expiries on your money that's tied to ETF shares? I'm just throwing out a wild scenario here.
Yes, but so I can definitely see that
where they make you spend it
down the line, right? Where basically, if your money is being controlled and these ETF institutional players are literally buying up all the supply of Bitcoin, right? And then Bitcoin becomes a thing where, hey, you can't even literally buy it on exchanges anymore. And it's going to go back to what I've said, right? People are going to be buying Satoshis. People aren't going to be buying Bitcoins or half a Bitcoin or 0.1 Bitcoin. They're not going to be buying that level of fraction. They're going to be buying Satoshis possibly on the exchanges. And the majority of the big bulk and buys are going to be happening through the ETF shares down the line. And that could be a problem. That could be a bottleneck, right? That's kind of how they want to possibly slow down and control Bitcoin, and not just control it, but make sure it's favoring them, the institutional players, and not the people. That's why you need to be your own bank. That's why you don't need to be like, why would you go and buy an ETF share of Bitcoin, right? Even if it's a spot or whatever, why would you do that versus just going on an exchange, figuring it out yourself, putting it in a hardware wallet and say, boom, I own this thing, it's in my wallet, it's mine. I don't need to call a broker. I don't need nobody else handling it for me. I get it. Rich people are lazy. Rich people are dumb. Rich people don't want to do.
Rich people are dumb.
There's tons of rich people that are dumb. Just because you're rich doesn't mean you're smart.
Tons of dumb people. Period. Yes.
Yeah. So I get it, but that's why being your own bank is so important.
Yeah. Shout out to Alex O Crypto in the house. Says much love, homies. Good to see you, bro. We appreciate you. Yeah. The reality is, Crusader, we are going to be not the norm by owning more than one Bitcoin. full Bitcoin. That is not going to be the norm. I mean, even now with new people getting into crypto, like you were talking about with Ethereum, like think back to when you first got into crypto. If ETH was at, $2,300 when you first got in, when you didn't fully understand, and this is where people need to understand the economics of what they're buying. If you didn't truly understand crypto, that is a what's the word I'm looking for? It's kind of an intimidating thing, right?
Yeah.
And it also does, because it's older, because it's more well grown into the ecosystem, it's not going to have as much of an opportunity to pump exponentially. So the new people coming in are looking for those, hey, how can I get in fast, get a whole bunch of money stacked up? You know what I'm saying? So yes, I can see the Ethereum being that way as well. Let's say we hit 10, 11K in ETH this bull run. I mean, dude, that's not a small amount of money. And so there's going to be people that say, well, I can't afford to do that, so let me look at other alternatives. So we're not going to be the norm with ETH and Bitcoin.
Oh, for sure. People are going to be priced out of ETH just how they're being priced out of Bitcoin.
Yeah.
An ETH ETF has already been thrown out there. The idea and thoughts behind it are very close behind. If Bitcoin gets this, I believe that it could be within a year to 2 years max before we have a full ETF. Even some people speculate that it's going to happen almost instantaneously. As they start getting approved, the people that get approved already for the Bitcoin ETF are going to be putting in their ETH ETF to get approved instantly right after.
Alex O says, what do you think about Jim Cramer saying you can't stop Bitcoin? Well, listen,
dude, did you see that?
This man, you just do they have the inverse Cramer or whatever we've talked about, right?
Since he said it, Bitcoin topped. Bitcoin has topped today.
You just literally got to do the opposite of what this man says. I hate the fact that he's saying you can't stop Bitcoin. It's almost like this guy's tied in somewhere with the Fed or tied in with some sort of institutional big time players, because he absolutely speaks one way and the market just does the exact opposite.
Well, I think they're using him right now. I think they're using him right now as
liquidity, as freaking exit. They're trying to sell in. They're trying to sell into this pump is what I think's happening.
I think they're trying to use him to start getting the traditional finance guys exposed to the word of Bitcoin, of like, hey, Jim Cramer likes Bitcoin. Bitcoin's not stoppable by the government. It's not this, it's not that. It's how great it is. Because he goes all full bull on
really
Bitcoin, how great it is. Watch, let me play this video.
Dude, we have heard him go the exact opposite direction. Okay.
Yes, I think they're using him to get people prepared for
the pull it up.
Yeah, let me pull it up here.
You want me to pull it, or you got it? Oh, you got it. Okay.
Let me know if you can hear this.
No.
No
volume. Give me a second. All right, Crypto Fam, if you haven't already smashed the likes, do that. New year, new time, Monday through Friday, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Flipper Hodl Friday. Somebody's playing for 4K, whether it's an influencer, whether it's you. Drop those super chats. Every dollar you put in, put your name on the wheel once. If you're a member, we're going to put it on twice. Thank you guys for all your support. We know we've been asking for that a lot, but we're trying to and actively giving away money. So stick around for that. Here we go.
All right, ahead of the open, which is about 2 minutes from now, take a look at Bitcoin. Above $45,000. That would be the first time since April of 22. Since April of 22, you can see, and obviously it had a great year last year.
Yeah, we got that clearing event of Sam Bankman-Fried going down, and that seemed to make people.
Uh-oh. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a bit
We're
of
seeing that this way. It could it be a waiting for Godot? I mean, no, there won't be an ETF.
Be an ETF. I'm telling you, they're using him to get people comfortable with the ETF.
In it for
You
that,
are lagging hard.
Are going to use that as a chance to sell. But this thing is, you can't kill it.
No, can't.
And the late Charlie Munger, who was so brilliant on so many things, was blind to this. Now you can say, wait a second, maybe it's all going to come
Jamie
unravel.
Dimon has not spared any negative words.
No, but look, I mean, it's a reality and it's a technological marvel, and I think people have to start recognizing that it's here to stay. The SEC's been against it almost the whole time.
Yeah.
Now, that doesn't mean that every one of these is here to stay, but I do think that this is a remarkable comeback that was unexpected, except for all the bulls who have turned out to be right.
Gensler does a lot of jawboning.
Except for all the bulls that turned out to be right. I mean, who would he literally goes, nobody expected this. What do you mean? There's a 4-year cycle, bro. Everybody's been talking
We
about
all expected this.
yeah. What is he talking about? But you see how he admits it's a technological marvel. It's unkillable. It's Charlie Munger was wrong. He is prepping all the old finance money to get into the ETF.
Yep, I agree. And I wonder on that front, is he effectively pumping his own bags, or is he, because listen, we're talking big time media here, right?
Maybe he has a referral link for all
who owns all the media. Let's talk about a referral link. He's got an affiliate link, bro. He's got
approvals, bro. When they sign up to the ETF.
He's got an affiliate link.
All the traditional finance, like, oh, this is the guy. Bam, bam, bam.
He's got his own Bitcoin affiliate link for the ETF, bro. That's epic. No, but I do wonder, who owns the media, right? BlackRock. Now you've got a big name in finance that talks finance, that has talked bad for the most part about Bitcoin. Now all of a sudden we're within days away of most likely getting an approval on an ETF, and he's like, you can't stop it. You know what? The bulls have been right. Like, bro. So I wonder, what's the spiff look like for that? I love the affiliate link idea, bro. He gets a very small percentage point on all of the they've got a link at the bottom of the stream, just like we do when it comes to trading. That's freaking hilarious. Okay, so that's that. He also thinks that there's going to be less prolific hacks on DeFi. He says the dollar size of DeFi exploits in 2024 will be smaller than previous years. I think at least 50% of DeFi exploits were inside jobs. I don't really have a lot of thought on that. I think that we're going to have exploits no matter what. That is going to happen. I think that as we get farther and farther into, and Crusader, you understand this side of things better, but as we get technologically more advanced and more acclimated to the crypto space and blockchain, I think it's going to get exponentially harder for these exploits to happen. Would you agree with that, or is it going to get easier?
It's a little bit of a double-edged sword, right?
Okay, why?
Because it's always cutting edge technology, right? You're always everyone's trying to develop the newer, better coin, the better DeFi protocol, the better whatever. So you're always at the cutting edge, and being at the cutting edge also leaves you open to expose to hacks and things that are not foreseen, edge cases. So the projects that have been around, right, which is one of the reasons why I'm so bullish on Jewel token, is they survived the DeFi death in the bear market, and they were coming back up, right? So they're knowing how to handle their protocol to not get hacked, right? The Harmony got hacked and all this other stuff that affected them a little bit. But since then, they've been able to make a massive comeback and continue building. The new projects that are coming out that are going to be cutting edge are probably going to still be always exposed as to some extent, right? Not massive extents, but some extent. Hello.
I have no idea what just happened, but it just kicked me. And then, did you see me leave?
Yeah, I saw it.
It literally just bloop, and then said keeper joined. Okay, well, sorry about that, fam. I'm here. I also want to bring this up, and we've talked about this before. Remember, shout out to Bullish again. It's just an approval. It'll be a good 30 to 60 days before these brokers can actually offer it to clients. I'm telling you, bro, I think this is going to be some sort of
is very possible. You get the approval, you get the euphoria, and then after that, right, then you can see if it takes the 30 to 60 days before the actual buying on the ETFs actually start happening. You can see the pullback happen. 30 to 60 days is a long time. That's lots of time to pull back.
Look at this comment. This is great. Buy your bags way early, which we always want to do, right? Then you wait for retail to do its thing. After a month or two, you send Jim Cramer in. He helps pump it through the roof. Then that's when you decide where to dump. You know what? The reality is you have to have a game plan. We talk about this all the time for what it looks like for you in investing. We're not here to give financial advice. But if yours is a long time forever thing, you don't worry about the ins and outs of the days and what Jim Cramer says or what CEO Jamie Dimon says or any of that craziness. You just know that you believe in the ethos that is Bitcoin and where we're headed long term. If you are a short-term trader, that is where I think you at least give value to what's happening in that regard, and at least pay attention to. Now, you'll hear Magic Internet Money and CBO say, we don't watch the news whatsoever. It doesn't matter at all. But I do think that in big instances like this, where you're talking about an ETF and so many people and large institutions talk, I think you have to at least give it some sort of value, and then understanding, hey, is this part of this, is this a trick on the front end? Are they using all of us for exit liquidity, or is this actually going to pump through the roof? And I am more on the side of not it being a trick, but getting a big movement to the downside, maybe during that 30 or 60 days that Bullish is talking about. I don't know. We're gonna find out. It's all on the table. Just remember that with crypto, everything's on the table. All right. Then this last one that I want to talk about real quickly. The analyst believes that AI projects will continue to surge in price. It says many are calling for the top in AI, but the AI run is just starting. AI-related tokens will outperform all else. We'll see a lot of AI acquisitions from big Web3 companies. Okay, 100% I agree with this one. Do you agree with this?
What was it about calling the top of AI?
No, basically, there's been a lot of people saying, "Hey, we're hitting the top of AI." I've seen
it's cyclical, man. It's cyclical. It's just like the meme coins, just like anything else. You have these different trends that just take off for a while, and then a bunch of projects get created, a bunch of whatever, bunch of money flows into it, and then it goes off. Right, the meme coins pump out of nowhere for a couple of months, and they disappear. Then they come back a couple of months later, they pump again. Some of the same ones that survived, a bunch of new ones. Same thing with AI, same thing with DeFi, same thing with any of these projects, any of these sectors in crypto. You're gonna see moments where they take off and everything else is just kind of sitting back, and then it just changes up and forth. So yeah, I think AI is definitely going to have another pump at some point for sure.
So speaking of that, I think this is a learning opportunity on this next one, right? And I just want to touch on this briefly. It talks about 6 cryptos to avoid trading this week. And I'm not so much worried about the particular ones that they're talking about here, right? So they say avoid trading meme coins in 2024. I want to talk about this in a second. It says meme coins like Dogecoin were initially created as a tool for having fun with digital money. After Elon Musk's support of Doge and the surge of Shiba, meme coins have become popular among crypto traders. Interestingly, Pepe and Bonk are examples of meme coins that have benefited from speculators' greed. Bonk was the year's biggest gainer, but its investors could face a similar fate to Pepe's and most of these micro financial bubbles. Savvy investors should avoid trading meme coins this cycle, specifically Pepe and Bonk. Okay, let's throw out the specifically Pepe and Bonk part. Do you think that as a rule, and again, we're not here to give financial advice, you would tell people to avoid trading meme coins, or would you give a curtailed warning?
I would tell people to avoid them if they don't, if they've never.
In what way?
In the way of like, hey, you don't know what investing is. You're just starting out to like learn about investing in general.
Yes.
You've never invested in the stock market. You've never invested in crypto. You don't understand how volatile, wild, and crazy crypto is. Yeah, don't trade that thing because you're gonna get wrecked. You're gonna buy in at a high market cap, think it's gonna go forever. You're not gonna know when to sell it. It's gonna dump on you. You think it's gonna come back. You're gonna hold on to it too long. It's not gonna work out. You're just gonna lose money. So if you've been around long enough and you've had enough exposure, you've built out your portfolio, you know what you're doing, then you want to go off to gamble a little bit in the meme coins, yeah, sure, go ahead. Yeah. Lose some money, whatever, but you got your crypto portfolio sitting there good to go. But anyone that's new into investing or into crypto in general, avoid meme coins at all. I understand it's tempting because you hear about all the money, the thousands, the millions that people make overnight. Those people are the exception. They're not the rule. Not everyone's making millions. There's tons of people losing millions, right? Mm-hmm. Do not go off those examples. Do not fall into. That's how they get you.
Yeah, 100%. And you use the word correctly that needs to go along with meme coins all the time. Gamble. If you are prepared to gamble, then maybe this is something that you want to pay attention to. However, it is 100% that. We've said this for a long time. Is there opportunity to make money? Yes. But wherever there's opportunity to make money and crazy money, there's opportunity to lose a lot crazy money. And so as long as you understand the risks involved, the funny thing for me is when new people get into crypto and the first thing they'll say, oh yeah, I just got in. What do you think of Bonk? And I'm like, oh, I just take a little deep breath because I'm not, and it's not trying to degrade or like down, like it's disappointment from it's like, I'm excited that they're getting introduced to crypto, but you've heard us say this before.
It's just not sustainable.
Yes, it's scary because there's nothing behind the project. There's nothing there but a big community pumping this thing, and then people lose their ass, especially new people, and they blame the
hear
crypto
about
market.
it. By the
They
time
blame
they hear
the
about it,
crypto
it's too late, right? They hear about
Yeah.
Bonk when Bonk is almost at $1 billion market cap, and they get listed on some big time exchange, and they're like, "Yeah, I'm gonna buy this thing because it's been doing amazing." Right, and it's literally the top, and then you get, and then where's Bonk at right now? It's had like the biggest crash or whatever it is since then. So it's like, where did Bonk go? And all the people that heard about it at the last minute that got in, they got wrecked.
And the people that you see that make these amazing gains, there's one of two things that happened. One, they're an insider. Number
They got
two,
the phone call.
yeah, they got the phone call, right? And no, that's number one option. The number two option is they freaking got lucky, because here's the deal. If you put $1,000,
people.
yeah, very few people. Because think about this: you put $1,000 into something, right? Let's just say you wake up 2 days later, and we've experienced this, right, or something similar, and you see it at 50K, 100K, 200K, something, a wild number, right? The average person is going to take massive amounts of that profit. So when you see somebody that says they took $300 and turned it into 10 million or something ridiculous like that, they either were insanely lucky or they got the phone call, because the reality is you would be absolutely insane. Like the Dogecoin guy that took that small amount of Doge, went up to being worth 5, 6, 7. I don't even know how many millions. It was at least 3, but I think it was more like 5 or 6 or 7 or $8 million. And then the last time I checked, bro, it was worth like $300,000 or $400,000. Don't be that person. And the way you don't be that person is learning how to take profits and not just letting greed take over. And that is why it is the rare occasion that you see people blast off on meme coins. It is not the rule at all. Most people get overly greedy and they end up getting wrecked because they wait too long. That is what the norm is.
It's because they don't even know. They just don't know what they're doing, right?
You don't know what you don't know.
Anything about cycles and the meme coins. They don't know about the phone calls that are happening, the pump groups, all this kind of stuff. They don't know about it. They think this is some type of organic moment that's happening, and they just got in at the perfect time, and they're gonna make all this money. But it doesn't work that way. It's all a bunch of fugazi in the background.
Yeah, the reality is, Crusader and I know firsthand from people that do that we've been introduced to that do this stuff. It is not organic. I'm telling you, it's not. 99.5% of it is not organic. There's going to be some one-offs.
There's very few that they ride the trend, they ride the wave.
Yes.
They drop a project and it blows up because there's already so many people looking for it. Because but those first ones, those handful, right? Those 90%, 99% of them that started the whole trend, that's not organic. Just like the NFT projects that we saw selling out out of nowhere, just get minted out of nowhere. Boom, millions of thousands of ETH in volume overnight. Everybody's like, oh my God, this thing's already at like 5 ETH floor. That's not organic. That doesn't just happen.
The dinner, you've heard me talk about dinner parties all the time. The dinner I had with the guy out in Vegas 2 years ago or whatever it was, where he explained to me how the NFT pumps work and what actually happens, it is downright savage. And I'm telling you, it's not good. We don't get ourselves involved in stuff like that. It is a downright trick that's being played on people, and there's going to be some people that are able to get out, but the majority of people are not, and the people that benefit are the people that are playing the trick. And so just be careful, understand what you're doing, understand that you better be willing to lose anything that you're tossing into these meme coins. The other thing that I want to touch just real quick is this: overbought, just right here, overbought cryptocurrencies to avoid trading this week. I'm not even going to touch on the ones that they say are overbought this week. I just want you to understand that by the time, just throwing this out there, by the time that you see news articles all over the place and numbers blasting through the roof and you are chasing a pump. And we've told you time and time again, and a lot of people that have been in the crypto space for a long time will tell you, don't chase green candles. It's not that you can't make money doing it. It's not that you won't, again, it's not that you might not get lucky and get in where something just continues to go, but the general idea behind the fact that something is absolutely ripping and the numbers are getting crazy and then you buy, no, you usually end up being exit liquidity. right? I mean, I don't think just so when something's way overbought, if you don't know how to look at whether a chart, you guys, you can use our code for Market Cipher down below the stream right now. There are some great tools in there to tell you the money flow, to tell you when things are overbought. Also, ChartPrime has a great thing for that as well. There are tools that can tell you when something is heavily overbought. Crusader, you do want to show it real quick?
Yeah, I'm showing it right now. Here it is. Right now, Bitcoin's getting a green dot on the momentum wave, right, coming back up. ChartPrime. Let me see if I jump down to like the 3 minute or something. Maybe something's overbought there. Let it load here real quick. See, it was overbought a few minutes ago.
And then look what the chart does.
Pull down and then came back down. Right, we got a red dot. Momentum wave came down.
Boom.
Price came down.
Yeah.
So these are the type of things that you need to look out for. But that article is not going to be talking about Bitcoin, right? That article is going to be talking about random other.
Talking about Filecoin and a couple other projects.
Yeah, right. Bitcoin can stay very irrational for a very long time. Like yesterday, I was already in my trade, but when I was looking at it, when the first initial pump happened, the 1 hour, the 4 hour was completely overbought at like 43,000. And that thing kept ripping, and it kept ripping, and it kept ripping. And it ripped all night, and it kept going, no matter how overbought it was. It had small little dips, and then it would just come right back up. So Bitcoin can stay very irrational, no matter what the indicator.
But it is that it's irrational.
But it's because it's Bitcoin, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's not the same case for all the other altcoins. The altcoins also have their altcoin season where they pump massively and they do their thing. But just saying, the lower you go down in the top 100, the more risk that you're taking on. So if you're not listening to your indicators, you're taking on a lot more risk. Bitcoin can stay very irrational for a long time, but even with that, you're taking risk. You could be, getting trapped at the top and thinking that you're going to keep going higher.
I want to throw this out there for the price that you spend on some of these indicators. Like, you don't need to be a full-time trader to still see benefits and advantages from using them. I'm not just trying to shill our code or whatever. I'm just telling you guys that there's a lot of value if you're looking into something to realize, even if it's a longer term hold, to see whether you're at a good position to start stacking there, right? Even if you are dollar cost averaging, at least take a look. Like, are we heavily into greed? Are we heavily overbought? Are we heavily one direction? Then guys, it's most likely going to cool off. And so just, there's opportunities all over the place. That's why education is number one. We want to have fun here. We want to give away money. We want to do all sorts of fun stuff, but we want to educate you guys, because guess what? We want you guys to look back and be like, yo, Crypto Wars, we saw some fun trading. We saw them give away thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars. We saw all of these great things, but we also learned something, and they were part of the reason why I made good decisions and why I made the kind of money that I made. We're not financial advisors, but we've had experience, and we know what's worked for us. And guess what? It can work for you as well. But sometimes you've got to get out of that emotional state that crypto will put you in. Somebody said earlier, I pulled it up, said FOMO. You want to, right?
That's right.
It does, dude. You do feel like you're missing out, when the reality is the best decision maybe you ever make is not jumping on the train at that point.
That's right. You know what I'm going to do? I'm feeling like a good mood. I'm going to gift 5 memberships right now. We've got a good amount. We got like 68 people, 70 people in here. I see a lot of new names that are not members just yet. Okay. So I'm going to gift out 5.
Gift out some new names
right now. That's
Give
right.
some members to some new names. And then, guys, if you are a member, just a reminder for Flipper Hodl, if you're a member, double up on your super chats. For those of you who don't know what the game is, because there are some new names in here, we're playing a mix between Deal or No Deal and Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. And then we are putting your name on a wheel from super chats. Every dollar, put your name on once. If you're a member, puts it on double that. So $10 is 20, and etc. And we are playing this game every week and giving away a lot of freaking money. In the last 2 weeks, we've given away $1,700, guys. $1,700. So like, the money's there. We're trying to give it away. We want to grow into this upcoming bull run. We hope that you will be a part of it. All right. So last thing that I want to touch on, Crusader.
I just want to give a shout out to the 5 new people that became
okay, cool. Yeah.
Prepping for War got a membership. Puddles got a membership, long-term viewer of the show. Yeah. Vlad Daskalil, I'm pretty sure I didn't pronounce that right, but I like to emphasize, got a membership. Dave Digital, been a long-time viewer, got a membership.
Wait a minute, Dave Digital wasn't a member?
No, but he got one.
Well, he is now.
Matthew Barnes got one, and that's it. That's the top 5. That's the 5 people that got the membership.
All right, guys. Well, welcome, Crusader. That was a nice thing for you to do.
Everyone
So you
out
guys-
there watching right now that is a member, right? You get a bonus, you get whatever. But you know what? I'm gonna give another special. If you gift memberships to other people on the show, we will triple your super chat. We will triple your super chats if you gift out.
Well, hold on. Before you offer that, can you see it?
Yes, we will.
You can see that.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Fantastic. So you heard it here first, fam. Crusader is in a good mood today. I think he ate his Wheaties this morning. He is he's feeling good. Maybe he got laid last night. I don't know, but something's got him in a good mood. So we're gonna go with it. I like it. I like it. I like it.
It's the people, man. The people come to the show, you see a smile on my face. The people go away, you won't see a smile on my face.
That's right. And we want to continue to grow and continue to be a part of every single one of you. We want to meet you guys. Listen, it's great doing this show, but it's even better when I hear somebody come up to us at a show or something, be like, I've been watching you guys for so long. You guys really helped me make a good decision here, or thank you so much for the entertainment in this value, blah, 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 whatever the case can be, or the case may be. We want to bring value to your life personally. And yeah, we love you guys. We appreciate you for being here. Last thing I want to touch on, and I want to get your take on this, Crusader. Plan B. You remember Plan B? And no, not the pregnancy avoidance thing. No, there is what I mean, is that actually like is Plan B like just their social?
That's their name. By the way, Glenn says, can we look at ICP? Yeah, we can. We'll take a look at the chart for ICP here.
Okay.
When we're done.
I'll let Crusader take a look at that as I pull this up. Plan B, Bitcoin price forecast for 2024. Analyst maintains predictions despite market fluctuations. Basically, the crypto expert Plan B, which is, we don't know who this is, right? They haven't told us who this is. They keep it all
I don't think
secret.
so. No, I think they're
Stands firm on its forward guidance for 2024, echoing predictions made from October 6, 2022, when Bitcoin was at 20K. Revisiting his forecast, the analyst emphasizes a consistent trajectory for 2024. The predictions include a surge leading up to the April 2024 halving, an event eagerly anticipated by the crypto community. The halving is expected to align closely to the stock to flow model of 55K within a broad range of 30 to 100K. All right, so look what this says. Guidance. Rise into the April halving around 55K, pump after the halving. We hit 100K in 2024. And then the stock to flow target, dude, here's 532K average. Now, that is not.
That's what I like to hear.
That is not this year. Okay. It says looking forward, the analyst provides a long-term perspective, citing a target for the stock to flow value averaging $532,000. Here's what I want to know. Let's take some wild, crazy. I'm not talking about inflation just absolutely crushing us. What do you think? How long? Let's say we hit $532,000.
Let's go, baby.
How long is it going to be before we see $532,000?
$532,000. How long would it take us to see that?
Yeah,
I think we can see that before the end of the decade.
Really?
Yeah. I think we can. There's a case for it. I'm not saying it's a major case. I'm not saying it's 50 to 60%, 80% confident on that. But if the super cycle comes true, and we're gonna find out in this next year or so, if the super cycle actually happens, 532,000 is definitely on the cards before the end of the decade. I think it's very possible. But that's $1 trillion market. That's a $11 trillion market cap for Bitcoin. Bitcoin flips gold, yada yada. I think that can happen.
Yeah, it would be. Let's see.
Imagine
here.
the level of institutional adoption if it is really going to happen now, right? All the ETFs, all these things are happening between now. 6 years of institutions buying up Bitcoin and selling Bitcoin.
Yeah,
the ETF when it happened for gold skyrocketed. And gold is old technology that you can't send that thing anywhere. Right? You can send Bitcoin instantaneously all over the internet.
Yeah,
all around the world. This is going to grow. Bitcoin's been growing faster than the internet was growing. Institutions are coming in. Gold blew up, and now you're talking about something that's growing faster than the internet that has completely revolutionized the entire world and how people live and work. Now getting that type of adoption in the financial markets, it's out of here. It can surpass gold before the
Bullish Trader said Munger's dead, by the way. Bullish, God rest his soul. But he said he's going to be mad when Bitcoin passes the Berkshire Hathaway stock price,
He's
which
gonna
is
be
what
rolling in
BK.
his grave.
Yeah, he will be, absolutely. You know what? I don't like doing the crazy price predictions just because I think that there's value in projecting something like Bitcoin just absolutely just being life-changing, and I believe that. My only thing that I hesitate to do, and why I like to be conservative, or part of the reason I like to be conservative, is one, for myself, because I feel better if I kind of keep my expectations low, and and it supersedes that. So that's personal, right? That's me doing me. But I also feel like trying to be responsible for each and every one of you. I don't want somebody to look at me and say, hey, you were the reason that I made this crazy decision. Even though we tell you all the time, we're not financial, advisors here. I do know that people listen to us and they've seen what we've done, and we've made, decisions that ultimately have been life-changing, and blah, 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 blah. I just want to be a positive influence in knowing and telling each and every one of you that we believe that this can be and will be life-changing. What that looks like for each and every individual, I don't know. A $500,000
life-changing money is
different for everybody.
Very relative.
Yeah.
I'm talking about wife-changing money, bro. I'm not talking about life-changing. I'm talking about wife-changing money. We're gonna hit that $500,000 Bitcoin, and everybody's gonna get new wives, bro.
Wife-changing money. Oh boy, no comment on that one. Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you. Well, crypto fam, if you want that life-changing money,
let's get into that ICP.
Make sure to smash that like. We're going to take a look at ICP real quick before we bail out of here. One of the things that you guys might have seen is that we're going a little bit longer than an hour. That might be something normal that we do as well. So pay attention. Like we said, we're having some changes happen. So Alex O Crypto, his wife must be watching. Let's call it like it is, right? He said, my wife's the best. No chance. Alex, we love you, but your wife is obviously in the stream watching. You probably earned some great points there, brother. No, I'm just kidding. All right, go ahead, hit it.
ICP is pretty simple. We had the monthly range here for December. We broke above that. That's where that massive pump everybody saw. We broke through some key levels of resistance here at $12, $11, and $12 was able to hold. So we came back. We retested that level perfectly to $12.40, and now we're back again at the lower range of a range from, what is this? This is the quarter one of 2022. We're trying to break into that value area low and get into that range if we can. Then obviously the next targets of that would be the point of control, which is $20. But this floor here of $15 has been holding resistance, so we need to flip 15 and build some support here, and then start making our moves up to 20. And then the value area high of this range is $24. We break above that, and then there's obviously a lot more key levels up there. I don't got them all set up just yet because we're not there yet. We are overbought on the weekly here, as you guys can see on ChartPrime. We are overbought. The VWAP and the money flow is turning green. It is turning green here, but the momentum wave RSI seems like it wants to come down here on Market Cipher. VWAP is heading down. So that's what I have for the weekly on Bitcoin. This is a very on ICP. This is a very macro level, but that's what I'm looking at because I am not constantly trading ICP. I'm just holding it long term. So those are the levels to look for to buy some some dollar cost average entries. If we have some pullbacks, right, we can have a pullback possibly down to $11. It'll be nice. And if we retest the value area high of the last month's range, it's like $9.50. I don't see that happening just yet, but I do foresee some retracement here with how overbought we are.
Yeah, for sure. I want to shout out Enrique Suave. He said, you can tell Keeper's wife has him on a short leash. Judging from the eye, she only had to repeat herself once. That is funny. I actually walked in. My family was doing, all of the kids were doing a photo shoot with my mom and my grandma, like all of the grandkids and, well, great grandkids and grandkids, right? Doing like a cookie. They were like baking cookies, something. And I walked in. My daughter has a black eye and I have a black eye. And my sisters, they're all standing around. They were like having a mimosa or something. This was like a couple hours ago. And they were standing around just hanging out while this photo shoot was going on. And one of my sisters said, "Hey, do you want to punch your wife so that she can have a black eye, just like you?" And I said, "Well, I mean, let's be fair here, right? She probably, having to deal with me, especially lately, wants to punch me again and give me another black eye. That's probably more likely the scenario there." But yeah, shout out to my sisters who don't watch this show. But yeah, love you guys. All right, crypto fam. Well, listen, you could have been anywhere on a Tuesday. Today's Tuesday. Yes.
That's right.
New year, new time. But you were here hanging out with Crypto Wars. So we appreciate every one of you. Just a reminder, we are going to be doing 1 p.m. moving forward. So we hope to continue to grow the community. Hey, we've got a bunch of new things that we're doing, new videos that are going to be coming out. Actually, one's going to be coming out, plan on later today that I think you guys should really pay attention to. A little bit different. Yeah, a little something different for you. Flipper Hodl Friday, $4,000 on the line. So if you guys have not got your super chats in, put those in. And then next Monday, game plan to start
Trading Wars.
Short of something wild happening, season 3 is starting on Monday.
Let's
for
go.
Trading Wars, and the word is survive, and that's at 1 p.m. as well. So we're doing lots of new and great things in the new year. Help us grow. Make sure you follow us on Twitter. Follow us on all of our socials. We love you guys. Question everything.
Trust nothing.
And until next time, hodl
like it's hot.
We will see you soon. Happy New Year, guys.